Alright, hey guys, this is Cheese back again, but this time with a UU Wi-Fi battle. It was for my tournament match in Konfliikted's UU tournament. It's against a guy named ForestDragon1999. It ended up being a pretty good battle. Of course, I brought on like all the really overused UU guys since it was for a tournament. You can actually use unreleased dreamworld abilities in this tournament. I didn't actually use any in this match, but I'll be using a different team next time where I will definitely be abusing that. So keep your eyes open for that, and let's get the battle started. Alright, so looking at the team preview, I saw that he was pretty weak to my Shaman, since his only guys that resisted grass were his Victini and his Haunch Crow, both usually run offensive sets. So I decided to lead with him, thinking that maybe he would lead with his Mamoswine, who I could take out in one hit with a Seed Flare. But he ends up leading with his Jolteon. That works out fine too, because I know the worst thing he can hit me with is a Signal Beam, and that'll probably only end up doing about half. But he just goes for the Volt Switch, and then switches into his Haunch Crow, which is one of his resists to Seed Flare. But it is then going to end up doing almost half, and I do get the lucky special defense drop here, which is 40%, so it's not really that bad of hacks, but it still does, and you know, he complained about it after the battle. He claimed that I got like 3 crits, but so I just take him with the next Seed Flare since his special defense is lowered, so it's easy going to take him out. I take some more life with recoil, that's fine. I have rest on the Shaman, so if I get down low enough, I can go for that rest and get back up to full, so no problem there. He brings in his Mamoswine. I'm scared of the Ice Shard here since it is super effective, and Mamoswine has super high attack. He would definitely be able to take me out from that range. And so I bring in my Melodic to take that. Would have taken the Earthquake pretty well as well, since this Melodic is max defense. So he's going to switch out here, of course, fearing the Scald, which could burn him and is also super effective. So he's going to go out and do his Jolteon, since that can easily threaten me with the Stab super effective electric move. I'm going to go for the Scald here. It does some decent damage. It actually does like more than a third, which it was quite nice, since that's only a bulky Melodic. It doesn't have any special attack EVs. And I'm going to predict the electric move here going into Donphan. I thought about that play a long time, because I thought he might over-predict and go for the HP Ice, or Grass, whatever he's carrying. But he just goes for an Electro Ball, which tells me almost for sure that he is a choiced Scarf Jolteon. I thought before that he'd be choiced, but because I didn't see the Life Orb. But now, since he has Electro Ball, I know he's Scarfed, because he's got that extra speed, which makes Electro Ball do more. He switches into his Suicune here. I'm scared out by the water move. I just got my Stealth Rex up there, which is great for me. That's going to end up helping me a lot. But I'm scared out by the water move on his Suicune, so I want to switch into my Melodic again. And I know my Melodic can really just take Suicune all day, no matter what set it is. HP Electric is the worst thing he could hit me with, and that's not even going to do that much, since Suicune does not have the best special attack. So I'm just going to go for the Dragon Tail, predicting his switch, or if he stays in, doesn't really matter to me. I thought he might set a Calm Mind too, I wasn't really sure. Seeing the Scald, I was pretty sure he'd be a Crocoon with Rest Talk and Calm Mind, and Scald as his last move. But he actually ends up getting Dragon Tail into his Victini, and I know I can... Oh, and I want to switch out here, because I'm predicting it to be... Most Victinis are either Scarfed or Banded, and I was predicting him to go for the Fusion Bolt there, which would have done a lot to me. So I want to switch into my Donphan, who's of course immune to the Fusion Bolt since I'm Ground type, and would take a V-Create alright as well, since he is max defense. But he ends up switching back into his Suicune, maybe predicting my switch to Donphan. That was a good play on his part if that's what he did. But that doesn't really matter to me at all, since I can just bring in my Melodic again, who can wall his Suicune for days. It really can't do anything to me. He's just going to keep going for Scald here. I don't really understand that, because if he actually did end up getting the burn, it would really help me. It wouldn't really help him at all, because I can just recover off the damage, and plus I get my defense doubled. I think it's doubled. I'm not sure. I need to double check that because of Marvel Scale. But I decided to go for the Scald at him, hoping for the burn as well to get some of that residual damage going. I do get it, and he doesn't get a burn here at all, but that's really lucky for him. I don't know why he keeps going for Scald on me. It's pretty dumb of him, I think. And that Scald is helping me on him, getting the residual damage. I'm just kind of stalling out his Suicune here, scouting for the rest, because a lot of Suicunes do carry that. I'm not sure that he'll have it at this point, but I think he probably will. And so I want him to use that, because once he rests, I can just repeatedly phase him out every single time he comes in with Dragon Tail, and then he'll really never wake up, because he has that automatic 3-turn rest with automatic 3-turn sleep using rest. My bad there. And so now that he does use rest, I'm glad to see that. I do just go for the Dragon Tail there. and it sends in his Victini again, which is great for me since he's taking that stealth rock damage, and I haven't even hit him once, and he's already at half health, which is amazing. I switched to my Donphin here, thinking he was going to go for the Fusion Bolt again, or the V-Create, doesn't really matter to me, but he's actually a special variant, which I did not predict. You always want to play it safe with his Victinis, thinking they're going to be physical variant with V-Create, but he does go for the Psychic. I just leave him my Donphin for Death Fodder since I don't feel like it's going to help me that much against anything he has left on his team. And I already got my Stealth Rocks up with him, and he doesn't have his Rocks up, and it doesn't seem like he has anything to set them up with anyway. So I'm just going to sack that so I can go into my Crobat, who can easily pursue his Victini, and that means that he will no longer be able to do anything with that anymore. I should have U-turned there, since he was almost low enough where Stealth Rocks would have taken him out anyway, but I really just wanted that thing out of there, and I guess Pursuit ended up working out. For some reason here, I decided to switch into my Victini, even though right after clicking it, I thought maybe he'd go for Stone Edge since he's not threatened by my Pursuit at all, or even an Icicle Crash. Though Icicle Crash Victini wouldn't have minded that much. But he does end up just going for the Ice Shard, so that doesn't, I don't mind that at all since Victini is decently bulky. He's got that natural bulk going for him. This is a Choice Scarf set, and I actually took all of these Pokemon off of MistPhame's UU database. And I thought that this Victini would be max attack, but it's actually max HP, which I do not like at all. I changed that right after the battle. And so I just go for the obvious V-Create on his Mamoswine, and he switches into Suicune to take it. You know, obvious switch there, but I just wanted to be safe, and I really don't care if he brings in his Suicune, because every single time he brings it in, I can just go right back out into my Melodic and Dragon Tail him out, and I can do that all day. I see here he goes for the Sleep Talk, that tells me another one of his moves, and then he gets Ice Beam, and that tells me his last move. And my Melodic is completely, like, just pretty much immune to all of those moves. It takes, like, nothing from any of them, so I'm not worried at all. And I can just Dragon Tail him out again so he doesn't wake up, and that sends him to his Mamoswine. I believe I stay in here and just go for the Scald, since I know his Earthquake won't take me out, even if he's banded. He goes into Jolteon, I go for the Scald. I know it won't take him out, looking at how much damage the last one did, but I do get a little lucky here, and I end up getting the Burn, which means that he does die on this turn, but he complained about that. It doesn't really matter. I could have just switched out into my Shaman on that turn, taken anything he wanted to go for. I know he was Scarfed, so I doubt he would have predicted that and gone for the Signal Meme. Even if he had, he would have been locked into Signal Meme, and I could have gone back into Melodic. Did not end up mattering. He goes into Suicune here. I really don't understand that. My Melodic takes him so easily. I'll just go for the Dragon Tail again, get a crit, doesn't matter at all. He goes, sends about into Gallade. And I'm a little afraid of this thing. I don't know what set he's going to be running. I know a Choice Banded Close Combat would do a ton. Even though I am max defense, it doesn't really matter. But he goes for Close Combat, and I see the Life Orb Recoil. That's good to know, because I know he's not locked into anything anymore, and I just go for the Scald here, hoping to get a burn. I don't, but it does some decent damage since he has that special defense drop from Close Combat, which is great. I'm going to go into Crobat here, predicting another Close Combat from him, and I know I 4 times resist that, so that shouldn't be hard to take at all. He goes for Drain Punch, though, this time, and gets a crit. That crit does not end up mattering at all, but that's really weird that he's carrying Drain Punch and Close Combat, 2 fighting stabs. That's weird. But I can just go for the Brave Bird here to finish him off. If he had gone for another Close Combat, I definitely would have gone for either U-turn or Pursuit, because he would have had both defense drops, but I was a little iffy on another U-turn would take him out from there, even with the defense drop. So I'm just going to go for that safe Brave Bird, which will obviously take him out. That would take him out from max health. This is a Choice Banded Crobat, so I think it's even Adamant. Yeah, it's Adamant for this battle. I changed that after the battle, too. But he sends in his Mamoswine. I figure maybe he'll overpredict this time since he hasn't yet with it. He's just gone for a safe Ice Shard every single time. But he doesn't. It doesn't matter too much to me. I know his only pokes left are Mamoswine and Suicune. And neither of them really threaten me. I have checks to both of them. And so I can just sack my Crobat, get the safe switch into Victini, finish him off with a V-Create. I was actually a little surprised that killed. If he had a Thick Fat, I thought maybe he could have lived it, but he didn't. Maybe he had it anyway, and Victini is just that powerful. But since I'm not running any attack EVs, I don't know. Whatever, it doesn't actually matter. I decided to switch out here. I probably could have stayed in and just finished him off with a V-Create. But I wanted to switch into Shaman and get that sure one-hit KO. I don't know why I did that. since he only had one Pokemon left, and I have like 4 or 5 at this point. He goes for Sleep Talk, gets his Scald there. Obviously didn't matter. If he got the Ice Beam, maybe it would have taken me out. Maybe it wouldn't have even finished me off. And I could have easily just gone into something else to kill him. But I do end up going for the Seed Flare on the next turn. Finishes him off. Ends up being a 4-0 victory on my part. And I am able to advance to the next round. So keep an eye out for that battle. It was a good match, Forest Dragon. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the battle. Leave a like if you did, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content. I hope to see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.